Yo, it is the stock market recap, and I'm about to show you how to use technical analysis. So let's go into the week to see how the market performed and if we can get any insight for what could happen next week. Hit that subscribe button. That gives you access to all of the future content for the channel. Give me a like. Let me know what you're feeling, and hit me up in the comments. We can have a conversation anytime about the stock market. Now, the stock market itself has done phenomenal the last 2 weeks, and we're about to jump right into these charts to see what we can look for the next week. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, the S&P closed at 4,543.06. Now, let's check out the performance. Overall, this is a snapshot of what's happened over the last 2 years, okay? So what we want to do is find something similar to what is currently going on, so it can give us some insight to what's happening now. So we're going to fast forward, or should I say rewind, all the way back to 2019. 2019 is where we had our significant drop in the beginning of the year, kind of similar to what's going on right now. And from there we had, you see, a bullish engulf, and from that bullish engulf the market continued to move higher. All right, so now we fast forward to 2021, where we have a similar setup currently, where we have a bullish engulf, close near the highs, and then this week we continued that tradition of closing on the highs, and we've hopefully hammered home, if you close near the highs, chances of continuation are good, and we definitely closed on the high. The only thing in the way right now that we need to keep an eye on is this dang blasted 20-day moving average. We are pretty much right on the nose of it, and on top of that, we're at resistance. We want to see a close above that resistance. Also here, our 20-day moving average. We're going to keep an eye on that. There could be a power struggle coming next week, or we can have clarity where we have that continuation that we typically have when we close near the highs. All that being said, we are right on the precipice of something getting ready to happen, and it's going to be big. Okay, it's going to give us that clarity. So myself, I'm checking out for right now until I can see exactly what's going to happen. So that is it for the S&P. We're looking for a clear decision, and right now that is in favor of the bulls. Let's look at the Russell, and that we use ticker IWM. So yo, the Russell closed at 206.12, and we check what's going on here overall. So last year was pretty much a flat year. Towards the end of the year, we got a signal that the market was giving us a signal that it wants to move lower. We took advantage of that. It continued to move lower. This right around 190. All right, we made a low, and we tested that low again about 4 weeks ago, and it bounced off of it since. So now we've been hanging around that 200 area, which is what I have predicted that the market would likely do for the Russell. This week we had some indecision, so the Russell is giving us a different output of what the S&P is showing. S&P closed on strength. The small caps said, we don't know what's going on. We are still under the 20-day moving average, and we still have our moving averages starting to roll lower. That is usually a signal for the market to continue to stay in that downtrend. Now, we're going to see if that's going to continue this week. We take a look at the volume in order to give us some type of help for what is going on. And we had very minimal volume last week. That is not a very good signal as well. We could have a strong amount of volume come back, and then that continues the downtrend. All that being said, the Russell is showing a weaker side of the market, that things could move lower again. So that is another cloudy situation where we need that clarity. So that's what the Russell is showing us. So let's check out what the Dow is giving us a signal for. The Dow closed at 34,861.24. And we have a very similar setup to what the S&P is showing us. We closed on a strength last week. And then this week, we closed near those highs. And once again, we are near that 20-day moving average. All right. We saw when we were above it that the trend was strong. Once we started trending near it, all of a sudden we started to get the weakness showing. Last time we were around it, it sold off. This time we're back around it and we're closed near the highs. Will it close above that 20-day moving average? We're going to see next week because we are right there. And if we're that close to it, there's going to be some struggle to regain that, or the downtrend will continue. So that is the Dow. And lastly, let's check out, you know what it is, Nasdaq. The Nasdaq closed at 14,754 and 31 cents. So let's see if the Nasdaq is giving us similar signals. We have the S&P and the Dow looking pretty similar, and now the Nasdaq is also showing the same signals that the other two are. We closed near those highs and we are underneath the 20-day moving average. So when we zoom back out, let's do that. We see the last time that this happened, we did the very same thing where we got towards that 20-day moving average. In that situation in 2019, if we take a closer look, we saw that we actually closed above that 20-day moving average, and that gave some strength to the bulls. We're underneath it this time. There's a lot of mixed signals going on right now. So let's recap. We have the S&P that is giving us a signal of some type of strength where we close near those highs. We have the Russell giving us the, I don't know how this is going to play out. We got that indecision that happened this week, and we are also under our 20-day moving average. And we have the Dow, which looks like the S&P, which it closed on those highs, and we're also under that 20-day moving average. And then we also have the Nasdaq giving a similar setup underneath that 20-day moving average. For the record, when this situation has happened before, it powered up. So we have those situations where, like I said, this is just, we don't know what's going to go on right now, all right? We're looking for that clarity. We want that clear signal for where we are going. So in that situation, the best recommendation is, if you don't know what's going on, bow out. Let it play out. There's no reason for you to lose money in a chop session with the market. So that's it for this week. Make sure that you check me out on the podcast. New episode is out. Stocks and Bars is coming out at least once a week. Almost there. I'm 3 out of 4, which is pretty good. Takes a lot of work to get that one done. Make sure you enjoy your weekend. All right? Spend time with your loved ones. Get your laughter in. And get your exercise, your water, all the stuff to take care of yourself, because nobody else is going to do it better than you. All right? So I'm getting ready to enjoy mine. You do the same. We'll check you next week. Peace.